Niagara College and Canopy Growth Corporation announced a new partnership involving the Concession 5 vineyard in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
We had acquired the Concession 5 vineyard a number of years ago, and we've turned it over to Niagara College to be the steward of that winery for the next 10 years. We've leased it to them at $10 a year for 10 years, renewable for another 10, where they will operate the winery in a sustainable way. And we always said when we acquired the winery that we would ensure that it remained a winery and remain in the hands of winemakers. So we're quite pleased to be here today to announce this partnership with Niagara College.
Gavin Robertson, head winemaker at Niagara College, is thrilled with the partnership.
So in the short term, it immediately doubles our vineyard holdings, which is fantastic on the one hand for the commercial winery operations, because we've just sort of inherited fantastic old vines Pinot Noir, 10 acres planted over 5 different blocks in really interesting soils, as well as some really good quality Bordeaux's, Cab Sauv, Cab Franc, Merlot, a little bit of Chardonnay, a little bit of Pinot Gris, and a lot of those varieties we don't currently have planted on campus, so it diversifies what we're growing, which also gives us the opportunity to expose the students to more varieties in a different terroir, different soil types which grow in a unique way, on different training systems in some cases.
Niagara College students will also benefit from the partnership by learning to grow sustainable grapes.
It's so important to me, and I'm sure so important to other students as well. It's something we talk about in classes, is working towards farming more sustainably, farming more organically, and doing it in a way that doesn't negatively impact the environment, as we constantly see that climate change is affecting us. So it's time to start making changes to the way we operate.
I guess the sustainable farming piece just came out of discussions with the landowner, Canopy Growth, and their desire to farm it with minimal impact both to their own next door greenhouse operations and to the neighbors around them. There's other vineyards, there's residences, other agricultural crops in close proximity. Big part of what we're doing is basically restricting what we spray for weed control, for pest control, and for disease control, keeping it to a really narrow list. And part of that's traceability, so that we're very clear what we're spraying. So if any residues show up in anyone else's crop, we can easily track that. And then it also comes down to spraying things that have minimal impact, that have a short lifespan in the environment.
The Niagara College Teaching Winery is Canada's first fully licensed teaching winery.
Hearing today's announcement, I was so excited. I was only informed of it last week, but having picked Pinot Noir at the site before and having experienced what the winery here offers in the vineyard on site and all of the experiences we get to have in it, it really just pushes that forwards in that we're going to have another opportunity to work in the vineyard.
In Niagara, you're watching The Source.